Good evening. 19 years ago, this past month, I filed into the field house to see Freeman Hrabowski installed as president of UMBC. It was 1993. I had just graduated from City College High School here in Baltimore. And I was 1 month into my freshman year, terrified. Today, in the middle of my first semester as a professor of history at UMBC, I have the honor of introducing Freeman Hrabowski on this, his 20th anniversary. I came to UMBC for Freeman Hrabowski, not necessarily for him, but for the intellectual community he promised. UMBC was a good school in 1993, but few knew it outside of the loop. It was not an obvious pick for many of us, particularly for the Meyerhoffs who were being recruited by the Ivies and Research Ones. But one by one, and I'm sure you all will know what I'm talking about, one by one, Freeman sat us down and promised us that at UMBC we could do amazing things. We could work closely with faculty and service organizations to engage the great problems of the day. STEM students could join one of the most talented cohorts of minority students anywhere in the country. And UMBC's strong humanities programs could give us the opportunity to embark on that romantic search for truth and beauty that is a liberal arts education. His energy and excitement were infectious, and we eagerly signed on. And thank goodness, because he had talked to our parents, and they were going to send us to UMBC anyway. Not only did Freeman inspire us, but he set a standard for us, and a very high standard at that. One classmate told me that she walked the campus terrified that she would run into him. I asked why, and she gave me 3 reasons, and I suspect these will also resonate with many of you. First, she said, he's going to remember my name, so I cannot slip past him. Second, he was going to ask about my plans for the future, and so I had to have something to say. And third, I would have had to make some progress towards those plans because he was going to remember what I told him last time. Now, for young people unsure of ourselves and still trying to find our way in life, Doc's astonishing recall, his genuine concern for us as individuals, and determination to challenge us to do better was absolutely frightening. Now, those virtues have long since been institutionalized in the university's many scholarship programs, thereby spreading the terror that my friend felt to hundreds and hundreds of more students across the campus. 16 years after I graduated, I returned to UMBC for Freeman Hrabowski. Again, not for him, but because he had made good on his promise. I returned to fellowship with brilliant scholars and energetic students in gleaming new buildings, filled with the latest devices for learning. I returned to a place that, even better than the one that had prepared me excellently for graduate study at New York University. I returned to a school that U.S. News and World Report, 60 Minutes, the Washington Post, and any other news organization that's worth listening to notes as one of the best in the entire country. Upon completing my first book, I sat down to write the acknowledgments. The first people I thanked were my parents, and then I wrote the following words. I must also thank a third parent of sorts, Freeman Hrabowski. From the time that I enrolled at UMBC on down to the present, Doc has worked both to convince me that I am capable of great things and to create the circumstances that will allow me to achieve the same. Without the examples, advice, and love of such family, I would never have become an academic. Doc, thank you for what you have done for me. We all thank you for what you have done for UMBC.